fellow Toastmasters and guests. What if there was a special substance in your body that governs your moods, your digestion, your sleep patterns, your strength, your physical abilities, your vigor? Well, according to Ayurvedic medicine, there it is. Okay, it's the storehouse of your basic energy, which in Ayurvedic medicine is called ojas, and in Chinese medicine it's called your jing. I'll go ahead and write those up here so you will know the idea of what we're talking about. Okay, I've had a growing interest in herbal medicines and that kind of stuff. So I recently took a class at Swillowborn Farms. It was Building Vitality According to Oriental Medicine. And in that, the woman who presented that class went through a couple of the Oriental medicine, the healing concepts, which I'm going to talk about, 2 of those today. The first of which in Chinese medicine, there's a concept called Jing, which is what I put up there. And that's also the word for essence. And it's the energy that's given to you in conception. It's the foundation of the energy that you carry throughout your life. The prenatal Jing is determined what kind of basic constitution and vitality that you will have. It's associated with the slow organic movement, basically the inner essence of growth and decline, and it's fixed in quantity, determined at birth, and you can't add to it, so it's something that you really need to consciously take care of and not waste. In Ayurvedic medicine, the concept is the same, but its name is ojas. And the teacher in the class likened Jing and ojas to inheritance that you get. You receive it at birth. It comes from your parents, and at that point in time, it decides, whether some people get large inheritance and some people get smaller ones. But no matter how much Jing or ojas that you're given, it's best, like I said before, is to utilize it in a very conscious way. The aging process, it occurs when that stored energy, it becomes spent or exhausted. Most of the signs of aging are loss of hair, loss of teeth, our degeneration of our bones, the wrinkles, the graying hair, the reduced mental clarity and quickness are all largely due to that natural consumption of the Jing and ojas over time. Prenatal Jing is totally consumed when you die. Okay. Although Jing and ojas ojas are the initial and deepest source of vitality, and not only the source of vitality, which brings me to the next concept, which is called postnatal qi. Postnatal qi is obtained from the food, air, and water that we drink and that we consume every day. But postnatal qi is like a checking account that we deposit energy to from that. Each day we use most of that energy going about the daily life, our daily business. Anything that's left over, we go ahead and put back into a savings account, which is called our postnatal jing. In that postnatal Jing, it's our energy, the excess that we hope to use throughout in case of emergencies instead of going into our prenatal Jing, which is the one energy, that most deepest source of energy that we don't want to use up. So in summary, the prenatal Jing is the inheritance that we have to use slowly throughout our life. The postnatal Qi is our checking account where we put that energy into and we use that day to day, so we're not living paycheck to paycheck. We have our postnatal Jing, which is our savings account, which is where, like I said, we put that in there in case of emergencies. So you can see that how vital and how energetic our life is going to be dependent upon our consumption of proper digestion of food, air, and water. If we skip meals repeatedly or live on coffee, sugar, donuts, sodas, recirculated air, unclean water, microwave foods, and overprocessed foods year after year, it can't do anything but deplete our energy supplies. And what happens is without that energy that's in our checking account or our savings account, we might have to go into our most vital, the prenatal Jing, which is going to go into that inheritance, and we're going to have to do it ahead of time, and we're going to have penalties to pay. So we can have shortened lives from that, and we can also have a detrimental well-being. So what else depletes us? There's many things. Not taking enough time to rest. We're always in a society, go, go, go. Being overstimulated day by day. A lot of our emotional stabilities we're always pounded at by stuff. Long-term use of pharmaceutical drugs, long-term use of recreational drugs, tobacco, alcohol, Excess noise, too much worry, too much stress is what we live with day to day. Too much stimulation that comes from computers, our TV, our games. Basically, the list can go on and on. It shows you that our modern day life is not really conducive to inner peace or longevity that is filled with vigor. But there is hope, even if we do have a depleted Jing or Ojas. We can build the functioning checking and savings account so we don't have to burn the rest of our inheritance prematurely. What we need to do is focus on the preparation and intake of our foods, air, and our water. So basically, eat as many organic foods as possible. You get ample rest. That's one of our greatest things, is that we don't get 7 to 8 hours of rest a night or deep rest. We'll have just the really quick one, or you don't think that you need to have it, have a cup of coffee in the morning. Pure water, that no fluoride, chlorine, or other toxins. Use air, clean air, your air purifiers, or they have those new essential oil, the little purifiers that, will help the air. Certain foods, there's herbal foods or herbs and spices. For example, we've got ashwagandha, astragalus, ginseng, cinnamon, cardamom, fennel. They all nourish the Jing and the Ojas, and by eating these foods in combination with a more regular lifestyle, more balanced, it'll support our immunity and our sleep, our digestion, and our vitality. Other activities that build this vitality would be meditation, yoga, just getting out inside in nature, breathing exercises such as Tai Chi and Qigong, and most important is laugh. How often do we do that? So you see that the way to conserve our prenatal Jing, which is so important, is for a balance in all life's activities, balance the meaning of life, and moderation in our diet, work, and not to do anything in excess. In closing, I'd like you all to take away 2 things from this, and one is the most important. It's the Jing and the Ojas. It's the essence and how very precious substance that is, and how to guard it and not to waste it. And another thing is that the mindfulness in choosing your lifestyle and your food choices is paramount to determining what type and creating the healthy lifestyle that you like. Thank you.